Okay. Can you hear me? Is anybody out there and can you hear me? All right. Here we go. What a game. Let me get my stuff organized. God. Is anybody there? I doubt anybody. All right. Let's go through these games. If anybody shows up. These games. So it looked like UConn was able to get home. I took a whole bunch of notes during the game, but I've lost my notes, which is fine. So that was a huge. Oh, hey, Brandon. Oh, thank you. Very kind. Very kind. So I think the pick and roll, it still lives on. What do you think? If you're not. Oh, can y'all hear me all right? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me okay. Man, poor Regan Beers. Oh, the pick and roll. They just killed them with the pick and roll. I was like, Varanchek, I know Beers is your big import portal grab, but you're getting killed on the pick and roll. You can't keep her there because Paige is killing you. It was just over and over again. They just picked and rolled them to death. I was like, God, you've got to trap Paige. You got to make AZ make the points or something like that. I was stunned that it felt to me like Varanchek didn't adjust. They just killed them with the pick and roll, and that's the theme of the tournament, I reckon, because TCU. Now with the TCU game, I was half asleep with the TCU game because it came on here at 4 o'clock. But when I was watching, it seemed like in the fourth quarter, yeah, Haley Van Lith just picked them apart, and they had a half court game, and Notre Dame had no option. What a bad day for Muffet McGraw. She must be watching that with gritted teeth. I didn't see her take any shots, but oh, that's a bad, bad day for her. So initial thoughts from one thing I'm surprised about: no Aubrey Griffin. I thought they would break out. Um, I what is this? Trump or Biden? No, I'm not talking that. Uh, Trump or Biden? What is that? I'm not. Albanese. How about that? Why are you spiking my account? Uh, just say what? Say it. What? You think I'm a Trump guy? Is that what you think? I'm not a Trump guy. I'm probably the only guy from Texas that's not a Trump guy. But whatever. I'm not going to get into that. God, that's why I cover this. Yeah, it looks like. Let's see. Please happy birthday to my brother. His name is Ethan. Right. Okay. Hey, Ethan. All right. So in this game, I thought first half, UConn controlled the first quarter. Let's just go straight on that. And then Sarah Strong could not get it going. I had like after the first quarter, she was 1 of 7 for 4 points. Fudd was 3 for 8, and their bigs just overall like Alfie couldn't hit anything, and same thing with so Brady at one point at the second quarter. I had Brady was 0 for 2, Strong was 0 for 5, and Alfie was 0 for 2. Yeah, not a political chat. No, I got no time for that. Yeah, all they're much better qualified people to talk politics than me. Yeah, ask your question. But yeah, that was the big thing. The bigs were awful for UConn. When did the bicycle fall over? My daughter had a wreck about 6 months ago, 2 months ago. Anissa Morrow is the chair lady of the board. 100%. What a beast. Anissa Morrow, you were first team All American in my book. That is for sure. She drove them home and was a beast in that game. And then Michaela Williams took it home in the last 5 minutes. And now we get LSU, UCLA. Yeah, El Alfie did not do very well, did she? Like, it just everything went wrong for her. Like, there was like one where they had a rebound and she fumbled it out of bounds. But UConn held up on the boards. Like, she did enough where they didn't get destroyed on the boards. And I don't know. What did you feel better with? Did you feel better when El Alfie was in there, or did you feel better when Ice Brady was in there? Because I feel better with El Alfie because she can control the boards. Although even when she got the boards, like she struggled to outlet the ball. K State or UC? I'll go K State. No, I'll go USC. I think USC will get it done. I think it'll be one of those dedication games. We're doing it, but man, I wouldn't put money on that game. That's for sure. I would not do that. Put money on that game. Uh, Alfie did get 9 rebounds, but those two miscues. Once she got the rebound, must yeah. There was one as well that would have driven him insane. Like I think was it Beckers that gave her a beautiful feed for a bunny at the I think it was at the end of the first quarter, and she just blew the bunny, which just drives him crazy. I have no doubt. So yeah, but you got to be happy if you're a UConn fan. If your bigs can play that bad, that's as bad as your bigs can play, and you still win by 25 because Paige Beckers goes nuclear. And that's the beauty of the 3-star system. If Sarah Strong has an off night like she did, I didn't see what her final numbers were, but if she has a final off night, then one of the other stars has potential to step up. And tonight it was Paige Beckers because they just kept on picking and rolling them at the elbow. It was like stealing candy from a baby. What is the spread going to be? UConn UCLA. I think it'll be 8.5. That's my pre-prediction pick. I think it'll be 8.5. I had high hopes for Iceman. Yeah, just for her, it's so important that if that first shot goes in, then she set and built her confidence. But once she missed 2 shots, I think she was going to struggle offensively. It was the same way with El Alfie because they were really playing off of them. But they were able to choose their poison because when they went small with Strong, Strong held up well enough against Beers and they swarmed her that they were able to hold up. So but yeah, I thought this was going to be a really dangerous game for UConn because much like Peyton Verhulst got off, Oklahoma can score, and UConn did what they needed to do. They needed to do two things: cause turnovers and as well rebounded. They did both of those things, and that's why they won this game, in my opinion. Like it was gonna be ugly at some point, but they took control of that because they controlled the boards. Like that could have gotten really, really ugly in the third quarter as well. If you're a UConn person, it would be the bench. The bench was big. Once again, KK came into the first, gave them an edge, was stealing the ball and was just harassing. And then Ashlyn Shade was money. Like I was crushing her early on. I owe her an apology. She was big in that game. There was one point in I think it was in the third quarter where at one point Gino had KK on with Ice Brady. And I was like, oof, that's not gonna work because they don't have enough shooting. And straight away, I think KK didn't. I like KK on when there are more shooters on the court, but I don't think you can have KK Arnold with Ice Brady out there. Um, I just need her rebounder. She rebound the ball. Gino would probably play her more. Yeah, I feel more comfortable with Jana in there. I think they're better off when Jana's in there. Caden Samuels, National Player of the Year. What is this? Samuels, National Player of the Year, 25-26 incoming. Who is this? What? Samuels? Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Rebounds. What was the other one? I guess what else did I think of this game? Yeah, I wanted to know where Aubrey Griffin was. I thought he was going to go to Griffin in the third quarter. I thought that I thought he was holding out Griffin because he was worried about playing her in the first half and her knee sort of stiffening up for the second half. So I thought that was going to be his big draw card to put Griffin on Peyton Verhulst. They didn't need her in the end, but I thought that was going to be the big X factor at halftime. I thought that was going to be the big thing. Yeah, that's the dilemma of the big. The big is pick and roll, modern pick and roll. It's a hard thing to defend if you run pick and roll, and they just killed Beers with the pick and roll, and then they just swarmed her. And that will be the game plan versus UCLA. If it's UCLA um, in the Final Four, it's going to be about can UConn get bets into pick and roll and punish her. That'll be what it comes down to. Yeah, I wonder if Griffin's healthy as well. So she played the previous game like five. She played in the second in the second half. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Griffin, but it's not as big for them now because USC's obviously lost Juju Watkins, but I thought she was going to be critical versus USC if it went that way because her size would have been big on Juju Watkins, like switching her off between her and Kennedy Smith. AZ needs to get her head. She'd have 5 assists, but need her to show up. Yeah, I thought AZ did all right. She was still attacking the basket and getting there. They're just going to be games where your shot's not falling. If it's not falling, all you can do is attack the basket. I thought she was a factor on defense as well. I think that's the important thing for AZ Fudd is she still has an impact when her shot's not going. She has a beautiful hesitation move. They go for it every time. She gives like a. I guess everybody's so worried about her shot. She gives a nice hesitation, is able to get to the basket. Aubrey Griffin, if healthy, would be a tailor made to cover Juju. Is out, and who knows Aubrey's status. 100%. Yeah, I just don't know what's going on with Aubrey Griffin. Is that knee just keep on getting swollen? Or are they going to have to go back in to clean it? Who knows? We just don't know at all. But or is he just saving her down the line just to keep her as healthy as possible and only using her when he thinks he needs to? But yeah, I thought she was going to be broken out. Like I see her as like break glass in case of emergency. UCLA versus LSU. I think LSU got this one. If LSU's backcourt don't step up offensively this game, can't rely too much on Betts. Yeah, yeah, the game will be interesting. Is Flau'jae Johnson healthy? Did she just have a bad game? And if that's what the case was, if she comes back to her normal self, that game is so big. Like what I thought in the last one UCLA played, I thought, God, who did they beat? Ole Miss. I thought Ole Miss allowed the point guard, who I've forgotten her name, the point guard to be way too comfortable. So, God, who's the point guard for UCLA? The freshman, the overseas freshman. I've forgotten her name. It escapes me. But yeah, that's what I think LSU needs to do. They really need to attack the point guard and attack Kiki Rice. It's going to get drafted. Aubrey's really talented. She's really. I think Aubrey will get drafted. I think she'll get drafted in the second round. I think somebody will take just based on her size alone and just her overall game. And what do you have to lose in the second round draft pick? If she comes out healthy, you've got something. They don't expect second round draft picks to make the squad anyway. So yeah, I think Aubrey will get drafted in the second round. I wonder where. Let's see. I love big. Okay, good. Well, it wasn't a big woman game today, so poor Regan Veers. Yeah, they. I really can't believe Baranchek didn't get her off the court sooner. Like I thought when she had the sort of hamstring issue or whatever it was behind her knee going on, I thought Ginny Baranchek would just keep her off the game. Uh, National championship predictions for next season, considering recruitment classes. Can we wait until the portal comes, Brandon? The portal's gonna have a big difference. I totally missed as well in that video. I don't know who sent me the message, but yeah, I totally missed that Latston had gone into the portal. So that's big. And then I see Raven Johnson recruiting Latston, and I'm like, man, if I'm full Wiley and Latston comes to South Carolina, I would be so pissed. I would be out of there so fast. If South Carolina brings in Latston, like full Wiley, you like I'm driving this team full Wiley. I need minutes next year, Don. I got Kansas State winning. To be honest, yeah, I would not put money on this. It could go either way, and I would eat it. Dawson, but then went away. Yeah, it just UConn swarmed her. It's hard being big. That's why in the modern game, I'm just choosing that 6'2", 6'3" player because the way the bigs that's what makes Asia Wilson so special. She's big, but she can guard, pick and roll, and be a menace in defense. That's what you want. Same thing with Alana Smith for Minnesota. If you have a big that can guard, pick and roll, it just makes all the difference. Yeah, speed does kill, and that's what they did. Fulwiley, she leave too. Yeah, like Fulwiley doesn't get minutes. If Fulwiley doesn't, if they bring in Latston, then Full Wiley, you need to get the hell out of South Carolina. That's the way it is. Yeah, you want a mobile big that can shoot threes, in my opinion. All right. Other people disagree, but that's why. And I don't want to go into this, but yeah, that's why I'm negative on the whole Angel Reese Camila Cardoso because I want Reese mobile. Like if you could combine Angel Reese and Cardoso and give an outside shot, then I'd be happy. Yeah, speed's a different game. The other problem is three three is more than two. So if you have shooters out there and you're shooting 35% from three, and the other team's like Texas and can't shoot from three, then you're gonna and Texas can shoot from three, just doesn't take many of them, and they play defense enough to shut down the other team's three. So I'm not picking on you, Texas, but it does make a difference. Like that was the key. If Tennessee hit their shots, and Tennessee had open shots today, so let's talk about Tennessee versus Texas. And Tennessee had open looks, and they just didn't hit them. That's what it was. They needed to shoot better from three. I don't have the final stats on the game. I don't know if anybody does, but that was the big difference in that Tennessee Texas game. And Texas just grinded it out in their Texas way. But much the big there, Oldacre, like Vic figured out pretty early on, I can't play Oldacre in here. They're just running her off the court. So that was a big difference maker in that game as well. Like it's hard to be, it's just in modern basketball, man. Like it's changed in my lifetime. Used to be you get a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar or something like that, and man, you're gonna win the championship. Not anymore. They just ever since Jordan, it's just a different game now, and it's just going more and more that way. Let's see, is the other game started yet? I'm just gonna check real quick. Oof. All right, everybody's gonna go here. I'll be on for a few minutes. I've got to take my kid to, or I've got to go to a band thing for my kid. So I'll go like another 10 minutes. Any other questions or anything? Because I imagine everybody wants to watch this game. I might just leave it on and let's see. Let's look at what they're doing. Who they started here? USC. Who's in the backcourt? So they've got Ariafen, Taliban Olhoffen. Is it Okunwafu? Yeah, this is interesting. Okay, I'm just watching USC right here. Yeah, I don't want to do a watch and do this. I'd be terrible at this stuff. But Taliban Olhoffen, let's see. Yeah, I was curious to see if they would start Heckle. They're not going to start Heckle. Hey, they're really going to focus on defense, which is smart in my opinion. But I'm curious to see how much time Heckle gets in comparison to Samuels. Did Smith get to the basket? Oof. All right. Danny Ainge told Larry Bird back in the 80s how to player who can just shoot. Yeah, I'm picking UConn for the Final Four for sure. I just think I think, I think this was the really dangerous game for them. I'm not saying the winner of Kansas USC is not dangerous for them because USC is still going to be murder up front. But yeah, I still think it's going to be the winner. I think this. I think Oklahoma posed problems to UConn, which they overcame by causing turnovers and rebounding. Danny Elson to Larry Bird back in the 80s, how a player who just shoots frees would be more effective than someone shooting 40. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you're probably the same as me, Saheed, when you grew up. No, we've got to throw it down to the post and everything else. Oh, okay, so Samuels is. No, that's not Samuels. Is that Marshall? There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna get off here. I want to watch this game. I'll put out a video tonight. Like I said, I wanted to do a long live stream, but I've got to go to my son's playing in a concert. So I'm gonna go to that instead and watch this game, and then I'll get out a UConn video and just recap all the ones I did before, like last night. I'll just have to stay up late, I guess. Anyway, do you use a VPN to watch games in Australia, or is basketball big enough down under? Games are an Aussie streamer. I watch KO. There's a paid service KO. The only problem with KO is that they usually only show like two of the games. So they showed the first two games this morning. Notre Dame and TCU, but they didn't show the second one. So yeah, I use I just go on YouTube and look for a live feed. There's some guy, I can't remember what his name is, but he talks during the game. It makes me laugh. But yeah, I'm very thankful to all the YouTubers and hope like heck that they don't get blocked. And so far they haven't been blocked. That's what I use. All right, thanks to you guys. Enjoy the next game. Yeah, I'll try to get out a video tonight, and yeah, I'll see how I go. Now it's Sunday here, so it'll be Monday and Tuesday. So I doubt I'll be able to do a live stream after the next two games. All right, thanks a lot. Yeah, Josh Gidley is balling. Yeah, it was a nice three-pointer he hit to win that game. Poor LeBron. Josh Gidley got in trouble as well, didn't he? But I think he got cleared from all that. So, all right, talk to you guys later. Let's watch these games. I don't want to take up your time. See ya. Oh God, how do I hang up? There we go.